We are going to continue with our next country, which is Spain. Spain will be represented by the Marie Sklodowska-Curie NCP, who will basically try to present the different hosting offers that have been expressed by different Spanish universities, research institutions. So Xavi will have a little bit of a task, but I'm sure that he will be able to make it within those 15 minutes. And he will also spark that interest in you when it comes to the Spanish research infrastructure. So Xavi, welcome to our webinar today, and the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Vicky, for giving us this floor. And as I will sort of make a national representation, please bear with me with a few slides of data, but just to put you in situation on the Spanish situation. So next slide, please. So the Marie Sklodowska-Curie Actions, particularly the postdoctoral fellowships, are really popular among Spanish institutions, as you can see by the fact that, for example, we were the member state with more participation. And actually, I'm happy to say, of course, it's not only about participation, it's also about success. So we're also quite happy with our success rate, overall success rate from the country, where we have a slightly higher than average success rate in terms of participation regarding the EU average. The next slide. I've included, in case you were able to obtain and access the presentation, a bit of an overview of the main performers on the last calls, and also that the kind of the panels in which we have had successful suggestions. Successful proposals, but again, I'm not going to go into those details, just to provide you a bit of an overview that we are participating as a country relatively well in the actions. Next slide, please. I also wanted to highlight that because of the work, I'm only NCP in Horizon Europe, but the previous, my colleague NCPs who have been around for a longer time, especially on Horizon 2020, they have made quite an effort to get in Spanish institutions to use the EURAXESS hosting offers as a place to showcase opportunities. So as of Friday, you could find more than 180 opportunities to propose, to prepare MSCA PF proposals. Next slide. But I'm going to highlight a few which we have received from a number of institutions which are particularly, let's say, interested in finding candidates to prepare proposals. And those are the 10 that I'm going to highlight here, providing a bit of information of what you can find in each of them. The first one would be the Josep Carreras Leukemia Research Institute, which has a focus on cancer and leukemia epigenetics biology, and as well in experimental and clinical hematology. But within these programs, there are more than altogether almost 40 research groups that you can check through their webpage. And in case you're interested, you can actually contact the Research Grants Office in order to find out how you can prepare, you can have a contact with a potential supervisor here and prepare a proposal. Like the rest of the institutions that I will be showing you, all of them are awarded with the HR Excellence logo, which means that they are institutions who are actively working in improving the management of their R&D human resources. And they are all of them very experienced in Marie Sklodowska-Curie Actions in general. So I've included a link to CORDIs of previous projects that have been implemented or ongoing projects, granted projects of each of the institutions. So next slide, please. The second one would be a university, which obviously basically covers all fields of knowledge. So you have possibilities to implement research in the University of Vigo in Galicia, in all research lines, but I highlighted the two expressions of interest which are currently published, which are specific to two research centers which are connected to the university. The Telecommunications and Technology Center linked to the university, and in the Interdisciplinary Marine Sciences Research Center, which is part of the university. Like in the previous one, you also have there the connection to the International Research Project area, in order to make any questions or to help you with the preparation of the proposals. And once again, a link to all the previous or ongoing experience that the institution has. So next slide, please. Then we have the Auguste P. and Sunyet Biomedical Research Institute, which has focuses on research lines on biological aggression and response mechanisms, on respiratory and cardiovascular and renal pathobiology and bioengineering, on liver digestive systems and metabolism, clinical and experimental neuroscience, and oncology and hematology. And like in the previous cases, HR award granted a significant experience in the implementation of Marie Sklodowska-Curie Actions, a great location, I would bet for many of you, which is in Barcelona. And you have there again the contact information of the institutional relations officer in order to first facilitate your connection with a potential supervisor, but also to support you with the preparation of a proposal. Next slide, please. Then we have the IBEC, the Institute for Bioengineering of Catalonia, also located in beautiful Barcelona. And this research center, which is also, apart from having the HR award and extensive experience in Marie Sklodowska-Curie Actions, they're also awardees of the Severo Ochoa National Funding Scheme, which highlights research centers and research units of excellence within Spain, which is an annual call that we get, and where they have to meet a number of issues in regards to the management of the human resources, their capacity of internationalization, commercialization, and so on. And they have 24 research groups to which you could apply, once again, through the project's office that you can find there, the email contact in case you are interested. Next slide, please. Then we have received the interest from another of the universities in the region of Galicia, in this case, Universidad da Coruña, also with a significant track of successful applications in Marie Sklodowska-Curie Actions, both in postdoctoral and individual fellowships, but also in doctoral networks rather recently. And again, they basically cover all fields of knowledge, like like most, let's say, generalistic universities. But currently, they are particularly keen on finding fellows interested in supramolecular chemistry, chemical biology, and nanotechnology. And you have there actually the link to the expression of interest they have published in the EURAXESS website. And once again, you can contact them through the Excellent Science and Talent Recruitment area, which is part of the Knowledge Transfer Office and provides support in making this connection with supervisors and also in the preparation of the proposals themselves. Next slide, please. Then we have the University of Granada, which is again a very significantly large university covering all fields of knowledge, but currently they are particularly keen or actively seeking candidates to prepare proposals in the area of psychobiology and life sciences, in geodynamics in the case of environmental and geosciences, software engineering in the case of information science and engineering, and in the case of social sciences and humanities, they have currently published in EURAXESS hosting offers, expressions of interest for postdoctoral fellows or postdoctoral researchers interested in preparing proposals in didactics and school organization and in business management. Like in the previous cases, it's an institution which is awarded with the HR Excellence Award for their practices in the management of the human resources staff, and they have a very strong international projects office, which you have there the contacts where you can make any kind of queries or ask for any support for making a connection with the supervisor. Here, I would like to highlight that they have been extremely successful in history in Marie Sklodowska-Curie Actions, but particularly in these last two postdoctoral fellowships of Horizon Europe, with 13 successful applications on 2021 and 7 in the last call 2022. Next slide, please. Then we have a research center, also part of this Severo Ochoa National Calls of Research Centers of Excellence that I've mentioned for the case of IBEC. And this case, they are focused on nanoscience and on the development of applications of nanotechnology with many connections to the private sector, to industry. And once again, you have there the connection of the Research Support Office in case you want to ask or to find the connection to prepare an MSCA proposal. Like in the previous cases, they're also successful in Marie Sklodowska-Curie Actions. And I would like to highlight that they have currently been running two co-fund programs, one for postdoctoral researchers, one for postdoctoral researchers. Next slide, please. Then we have University of Salamanca, again, another generalistic university, and actually the oldest university in Spain and one of the oldest one in Europe. Currently, they have more than 120 research groups. They are located in the beautiful city of Salamanca in Castilla León. And again, a connection, a link or a contact information of their international projects office, which supports in the preparation and implementation of MSCA, among other types of European funding, international funding. Next slide, please. Then we have also received expressions of interest from the University of Cantabria, who, apart from covering, again, basically all fields of knowledge, in this particular call, they have published a number of expressions of interest in specific fields that you can see there, on applied mathematics analysis and differential equations, on biomedicine and biotechnology, particularly on tumor microenvironment. Two expressions of interest connected to their Institute of Physics of Cantabria, one for elementary particle physics and one for dark matter research. And finally, an expression of interest to prepare a research project and educational research. You have there, once again, the connection, the email contact for the EU projects office, which can help you with the preparation or with any kind of query that you have for the preparation of a PF proposal. Next slide, please. Another generalistic university. This is actually a multi-campus university that is located in 3 cities in the region of Castilla León, in Albacete, Ciudad Real, and Toledo. And within their catalog of research practices, you can find more than 280 research groups, and also a number of research centers which are connected to the university. In case you have an interest also in coming to this university, you have there the connection of the email contact of the European Project Office. Next slide, please. And then we have another university, in this case in the region of Andalusia, in the south of Spain, in the city of Jaén, which, again, apart from covering all fields of knowledge, they have a number of specific expressions of interest currently open that you can find in their own website within the website of the University of Jaén, and there is currently an open interest in applied physics, ecology, computer science, archaeology, stratigraphy, and signal theory and communications. And once again, we have put together there on one hand the email contact of the RNI International Project Office, which can support you in the preparation of your proposal, and also a link to the previous experience in MSCA, which you can find in all the projects they have ongoing in Cordis. Next slide, please. And I think that I've managed to put quite a significant amount of information with still a few minutes left to go. Apart from all the connections, all the email contacts that I left there, all the contacts of the different project offices of all these institutions that are actively seeking for candidates to prepare postdoctoral fellowships, please feel free to contact us either through my role as MSCA NCP or either as our EURAXESS Spain coordination team, which, as I said, we are collaborating quite closely with Marie Curie and having all our expressions of interest published there in the EURAXESS website. So thank you very much. Thank you so much,
Xavi, for really giving us this wonderful idea, or as we say in Spanish, recorrido of the different opportunities that that Spain offers. And, you know, as you mentioned, it was just a few of the many that our researchers from around the world, especially in this case from the Americas, can also find on the EURAXESS Jobs and Funding portal. So thank you again, and also thank you for fitting into your 15 minutes. If you have any questions to Xavi, please feel free to contact him either right now if you have any burning question, or you can also send them an email to the whole Marie Sklodowska-Curie NCP team of Spain. They will be very glad to answer your questions.